Hello, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good time zone. How is everyone doing? I hope you're all well. We are back with another episode of Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. Let's jump in here. I'm fully expecting that, like, in about 2 minutes into this episode, we're gonna end up getting to a save point that I could have finished off at last time. But let's jump in and see what happens. So Edgeworth's boss has been accused of murder. And has admitted to it, even though I don't think she's done it, if we're defending her. And this is Emma. And we can also, if we look at this stuff, we can check stuff out in 3D. Miles Edgeworth, 1712. This is dated the day of the crime. The murder took place 3 minutes after Edgeworth parked his car. If only he was held up at a couple of extra red lights, he wouldn't have been caught up in this whole affair. Perhaps. It just goes to show you never know what will happen when you run a yellow light. I mean, that's not necessarily the lesson I'd take away from that. There's nothing on the back of that. Oh, you can kind of turn it around like that as well. That's a bit awkward. Okay. I don't think we need anything else from that one. And I think we've checked the rest of those already, so let's get on with this. Whew, we're finally here. Why would they put the police department so far away from the prosecutor's office? Beats me, that took almost 30 minutes by taxi, and the traffic wasn't even that bad. The police department, huh? I've only ever been to criminal affairs next door. Hold on, what's that? What on earth is this? Disturbing. Why does it undulate like that? Oh wait, I know. This is the blue badger. They're trying to make him the police mascot. Wow, Mr. Wright. You sure know a lot about the police. Still, he does seem familiar somehow. Forget the blue badger. Who's that next to him? Someone appears to be dancing with the blue badger. Uh-oh, he noticed me. He sure is running over here fast. Hey, pal. What are you doing here? That's my line, Detective Gumshoe. Specifically, why were you dancing over there? What? Well, at least he doesn't seem to be busy. This is our chance to get information. Hey, I'll have you know I'm a very busy man, pal. I thought those were like internal thoughts, but he just responded to one of them. Let's talk to him. I'll give you one word of advice, pal. You'd better not agree to defend the suspect in this case. But why not? Huh? Well, it's just that the chief prosecutor has confessed to the crime. She says she summoned the detective to the prosecutor's office and she's killed him. But what if she's not telling the truth? Yes, well, no. Come on, pal, there's plenty of evidence against her. But what if the evidence was faked? Hey, pal, can I speak to you for a second? Huh? Me? Why is this little girl so peeved at me? She's a relative of the suspect. She's Lana Skye's sister. Whoa, the chief prosecutor's little sister? Just, please investigate this case carefully, okay? Scientifically. Yes, sir. Oh, by the way, you might want to keep your voices down. You don't want to be overheard using words like faked. Huh? It's a sensitive issue with us these days. So, what are you doing here, Detective Gumshoe? Me? Oh, well, nothing really. They kicked me out of criminal affairs. Detective Gumshoe, what did you do this time? What do you mean, this time? Then, what happened? I know things are busy right now. I mean, with my sister's case and all. It's true, we've never had a chief prosecutor murder anyone before. Only the highest ranked people are being let into criminal affairs now. The lowest ranking guy in there is our chief of detectives. They're not letting any of us rank and file detectives in at all. None of you? I know this is an important trial, but isn't that a little odd? So anyway, I thought I'd spend the day getting the badger dance down pat. Isn't there anything else you could be doing? The chief of police himself is directing this investigation, pal. And Officer Marshall was assigned to the underground parking lot. Officer Marshall? Now that I think about it, Emma did seem to know that Marshall guy. A patrolman in charge of the crime scene. It's unheard of, pal. Whoa. Let's present this, see if anything happens. Detective Gumshoe, what can you tell me about this? Huh? Hey pal, this is a detective's ID card. You can't just keep that, you have to turn it into the police. It's people like you that get me into so much trouble all the time. Meaning Detective Gumshoe must drop his card a lot. Let's see, Bruce Goodman. Goodman? Sounds familiar. Nah, my mistake. But didn't you work together with him in criminal affairs? Whoa, now I remember. Bruce Goodman. He's the victim. That's what I thought. Can you tell us more, Detective Gumshoe? Oh, that might have unlocked a talking option. It did. Nice. So this ID card belonged to the victim. He was a detective like myself. Detective Bruce Goodman. Don't you think it's strange? I mean, why would the victim's ID card be lying on the ground where we found it? Well, Detective Goodman should have been at the police department yesterday. There was an evidence transferal for a case he handled 2 years ago. Evidence transferal? Mr. Edgeworth mentioned that too. But Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office. Well, that's the thing. It's hard to say this, but word is that Chief Prosecutor Skye called him out there to the parking lot. And Lane is confessing as much. Okay, can we present anything else? Found in Mr. Edgeworth's car stabbed with Mr. Edgeworth's knife, huh? What would drive Chief Prosecutor Skye to do such a thing? Wait, I didn't mean... I mean, sure, of course, someone else really did it. Someone who must have a grudge against Mr. Edgeworth. The car and the knife do seem a little too well organised to be a coincidence. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. What could have happened? We have to find out a little more about what's going on with Edgeworth. Okay, can we present the trophy to him? I don't know if it'll do much. Hey, that's it. That's the King of Prosecutors award that Mr. Edgeworth got yesterday. The awards ceremony, Detective Gumshoe? Of course, pal. I got an award for diligence myself. Ah, congratulations. I was wondering, why is the award a shield? And why is it broken? Oh, there's a reason. I'll tell you what it is later. Apparently he's forgotten. I was about to say that. But I was proud of Mr. Edgeworth for winning that award. Even with all the naysayers in the prosecutor's office. Naysayers? Must be because of the rumours. He's in a tough spot again. Again. Well, it all started with the murder of that defence attorney, Hammond. But Mr. Edgeworth was found innocent. Listen, pal, there have always been rumours about Mr. Edgeworth. Forging evidence, making deals with witnesses. Nothing outright, but there were always whispered rumours. Ever since he was accused of murder, no one's whispering. They're practically shouting. But there's no evidence against him. Well, Mr. Edgeworth has always had unusually strong ties to the department higher-ups. It's only natural that people would be suspicious. I had no idea he was under the gun. Anyway, this latest case has started a new rumour. People say the only reason he took this case is because he's aiming for the chief prosecutor position himself. What? But I know the truth, pal. Nobody wants to be the one who has to prosecute the chief prosecutor. Mr. Edgeworth is biting the bullet on this one. He's doing this for all of us. Okay. Oh, we can examine stuff here as well. I forgot that we could do that. The detectives in there look pretty busy. Just imagine, right now, behind those doors, a police drama in action. Somehow the thought fails to excite me. Mr. Wright, do you know why patrol cars are painted black and white? No idea why. Well, I think they're designed after a panda. A panda? Not that I have scientific proof, it's just a theory. Do you mind me asking how you came up with that theory? It was when I was on a school trip. I saw a patrol car and it came to me. We had just been at the zoo, see? Yeah, that seems a bit too convenient. What about zebras? Or did they not have those at your zoo? Look, that patrolman is saluting the other guy. He must be a detective. And then I said, hey, you do that, your soup will get cold, buddy. That's hilarious, sir. I laughed so hard I cried. I guess he wasn't saluting. He was wiping tears from his eyes. They make a good pair. The usual wanted posters are hanging up on the bulletin board here. Do you know this face? If you do, dial 911. You know, Mr. Wright, I always thought it was kind of funny. I've never seen anyone who looked like the people in those posters. They hardly even look human. She has a point. I'm just going to check everything except the... I want to check the blue, the Badger police thingy last. I always get excited when I come to a police station. Why is that? It just feels like I've jumped into a movie. Huh? You know, with all the police and criminals. Well, I don't know if this is all that exciting. Sure it is. Look at those two officers over there. They're probably talking about the latest bust. Funny, I thought they were talking about the weather. The banner here is announcing the crime fighting campaign. Nice slogan. I wonder if they'll be selling fingerprint sets. I don't think it's that kind of campaign. What family wouldn't want a set at home? It's good for finding out who snuck into the cookie jar. I think most families can figure that out without the extra help. Okay, I think that's probably everything, right? Let's check this guy out. I was wondering about that. What, the Dancing Blue Badger? It's my masterpiece. Oh, Gumshoe made it? You made this, Detective Gumshoe? The Chief threw together some designs and I just did my thing, pal. Nice work. It's battery powered so it can go anywhere. There's no switch so it just dances until the batteries die. Poor Blue Badger, fated to dance until he drops. Oh, that's added to the court record. Excuse me? And that's all I know about that. I'm not officially on the case, you know. Thank you. Why aren't you handling the case, Detective Gumshoe? We met the guy who is... What was his name? The guy in the parking lot? That would be Officer Marshall. He was appointed directly by the Chief of Police. Officer Marshall? Is he some kind of Wild West sheriff or something? No, Jake Marshall's just a regular officer. From West LA. For a moment there, I wasn't sure. Look, pal, let me try to make things a little easier for you. Show them this and they'll let you examine the crime scene, maybe. Detective Gumshoe's letter of introduction added to the court record. Nice. I'll be surprised if this gets us anywhere. Just act like you're supposed to be there and nobody will look at you twice, pal. Right. First things first. We have to check this thing over. Oh, we can't check this thing over. It's just... It exists in the record. Okay. There's also... Hey, look here. It looks like something's been crossed out. Maybe it was a letter or something to Detective Gumshoe. Let's see. Annual bonus, $20. I think a couple zeros are missing. No, that sounds about right. At least in that detective's case. Oh no, poor Gumshoe. Maybe I should rethink my career as an investigator. It doesn't seem to be anything else. Bless him, $20. Can we examine that again? Okay, yeah. Okay, it just didn't have the thing, but it was all the same stuff we'd already seen. So I guess we head back to the crime scene. Nothing else we can talk about? No. Underground parking lot. February 22nd, Prosecutor's Office. Underground parking. Looks like the investigation is still going. Have to be getting back to the shop. Sorry, looks like I'll be stuck in this pit till Sun sleeps. I'll see you in my dreams tonight then, baby. Excuse me? Oh, still here. Hello. Why the surprised looks? Didn't I mention? I've got a boyfriend in criminal affairs too. What happened to the security guard? Hey, what's wrong, Bambina? You're looking like a Doggy that's lost its hair? I don't know. Jake Marshall. Strange guy to put in charge of a crime scene. There's something I wanted to ask you. The scene of the crime, a cold grave for men who've lost their dreams. I don't know what accent I gave him. And me, I watch over them as they sleep, dreaming of the desert's harsh judgment. He's asleep. Well, should we show this hopeless case something to catch his interest? There's something I wanted to ask you. Okay. So now, in that case, we need to present the letter of introduction, I think. Would you mind reading this for me? What's this? I warn you, fan letters to me go right into the spittoon. It's a letter of introduction from Detective Gumshoe. Maybe we investigate. Gumshoe? Ah, that old cowdog. He holding a birthday party or something? Huh? Look, where it should say letter of introduction, it says invitation. Ah, I think he just miswrote it. Wait, why am I getting all defensive here? No worries, this proves it's from Detective Gumshoe, better than a blood test. Guess I'd better let you in then. Thank you, Officer Marshall. Oh, that's right, he's a patrolman, not a detective. Which reminds me. Hey, wait a sec. Isn't a crime scene supposed to be handled by a detective or higher? Well, folks, the clues are calling. Welcome to our gold strike. Be like the settlers. Strike out for lands unknown. Don't be like settlers. Not a good idea. I don't know if I like this guy. Manifest destiny. Let's have a hootenanny. Let's not. Note to self. Police investigations are like settling land. Get that idea right out of your head, Emma. Not a good idea. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you say? I say I won't be needing this anymore. Detective Gumshoe's letter of invitation, crumpled and discarded. Okay. Can we talk to him now? Officer Marshall, could you tell us more about the victim? Good men always die young. Remember that, partner. Could you be a little more specific? Bruce Goodman. He was a detective, right? Well, aren't you a feisty doggy there now? Detective Goodman was stabbed here at 5:15. The smiling Madonna told me the tale. I think he means the witness, Ms. Angel Starr. One stab to the chest, a fine piece of work. This here's the autopsy report. Oh, we've got the autopsy report, nice. Death due to loss of blood, one knife wound, died within an hour and a half of 4 PM. Was my sister involved with the victim in any way? Funny you should mention that, Bambina. Chief Prospector Skye. Why is this, man? Chief Prospector Skye and Detective Goodman had nothing in common at all. Nothing in common? They apparently worked together on a case a few years back. So there's... Oh, excuse me. So there's no motive. Goodman wasn't a particularly gifted detective. That's one reason why he didn't do much work with the Chief Prospector. But my sister called the victim here on the day of the murder, right? Here to this parking lot? So it seems, like calling an unarmed man to a shootout at high noon. I don't mean any offence, but Officer Marshall, you're a patrolman, right? Not a detective. You calling me out? They shoot you for that in Texas. Huh? I was one of them fancy shoot detectives till 2 years ago, to tell you the truth. Oh really? Now he tells me. But you're a patrolman now, so how can you be in charge of a crime scene? Nothing gets by you, does it, Bambina? So why are you in charge? No reason. We're just short on hands right now. I'm keeping an eye out in the meantime. That's odd though. Detective Gumshoe was saying he had nothing to do. Nothing important, at least. He's nothing but a sad old cowdog that can't find his tail. Maybe it's because he runs with that Edgeworth, eh? Edgeworth? That cowdog's been kicked out of this cattle run by order of the Chief of Police. Just, he don't realise it yet. Detective Gumshoe kicked out of the investigation. They're hiding something. Okay, we can examine stuff now, though. This looks like a cell phone. Scientific analysis would suggest that this belonged to the victim. I can't think of anyone else it could belong to. What's so scientific about that? Should we check it out? Let's check it out. Right. Let's check it out. That's what I just said. Oh, this is doing this automatically. Man, what a boring strap. What's wrong with it? Everyone has different tastes, you know. Here, check out mine. It's a pink princess strap. These are hard to come by, you know. I see the series is as popular as ever with the kids. This phone's still on the redial screen. Redial? Mr. Wright? Most phones keep a record of all the calls you've made and received. You just press the blue button to display the last number you called. Convenient, isn't it? I'm surprised you didn't know about it. Sorry to disappoint you, but even I know about things like redial. Huh? Oh, I'm sorry. It's just you never know with people from your generation. Whatever, let's check this phone out. Now, to see who the owner of this phone called last. Note to self, a defense attorney doesn't think first, he just pushes the button. It's great music. Hey, that song. I know that. Hey, what's going on over there? Ah, oh, sorry. I see you, partner. You pressed redial on that there phone, didn't you? Well, yeah. Whose phone is this, anyway? It was on the ground over there. Whose is it? That belongs to Chief Prospector Skye. What? It's my sister's. She apparently dropped it when she was taken into custody right after the crime. Look, the last call was made right when the murder occurred. Looks like she was fixing to call someone. Except she only spoke for a few seconds according to this. Who did she call? No idea. Sorry, partner. Now, I've got a question for you, partner. I heard a phone ring just now, one of those newfangled ring tunes. Oh, that. Oh. I'm sorry, that was my phone. What? Your phone? Yeah, it's kind of strange, but someone called me right as we picked up the other phone, a wrong number. I hope you're not lying. They'll shoot you for that in Texas, partner. Uh-oh, I've incited the wrath of the Lone Star Patrolman. Cell phone added to the court record. So she was trying to call Phoenix, I'm assuming. Let's have a look and see if there's anything else we can examine. There's no need to push this again. What's wrong? You look like I do during finals. Never mind, it's nothing. Okay, that's considered done now. I don't think there's anything more we can do with this for now. Let's keep examining. B block is through there, that's where visitors park. You can see the lunchland car over there, far in the distance. Hey, you're right. I like the cute design on the door. You can see a cartoon cow munching down on a juicy-looking steak. Doesn't that strike you as a little creepy? Just don't think too deeply about it and you'll be fine. This appears to be the car where the body was found. It looks like the lock on the trunk is busted. The crime took place in the underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office. The body was found in the trunk of my subordinate's car. Quite a luxury car. It just screams I have money to burn. Yeah, prosecutors get the big bucks. This rope, is it? Yep, they laid it in the outline of the victim's body. So wait, the victim must have died when the killer closed the trunk on him. You have got to be the only person I know that would come to that conclusion. Yeah, that's not quite where I would have gone with that. What's this? Looks like a note of some sort. Look, something's written on it. Right, let's see. 6 to 7S, 12-2. There's a name printed on the paper above that. Goodman. Maybe it fell out of his pocket when he was killed. Well, so what does it mean, Mr. Wright? How am I supposed to know? Note to self, for deductive reasoning, go to Edgeworth, not right. Oh my god, Emma. I'm sure Edgeworth wouldn't know what this means either. Goodman's note added to the court record. Okay, is there anything else? Oh. A block. This area is reserved for prosecutors. Defense attorneys are relegated to B block. I dream of the day when I'll be able to park my car here. I'll go over to B block to buy my hamburgers from you, Mr. Wright. I'm not planning on giving up my job that soon. Is that everything? I think that's everything we can examine, maybe. Yeah, by the looks of things, nothing else is showing up. Can we ask you anything more? Yes, we can. So there's no connection between Detective Goodman and my sister? That's correct, but there's a goldmine of evidence against her. And the prospector tomorrow is none other than Edgeworth himself. I'm afraid your sister's fate is decided, Bambina. Many condolences. Officer Marshall. Yeah, Bambina? How can you say that? You and my sister. You were... Is there something between this cop and her sister that I don't know about? I apologise, Bambina. Something must have gotten to me. Maybe it's that dry wind that's blowing through the prospector's office. Dry wind or ill will, someone's up to something here, but who? Suspicions about Mr. Edgeworth have been flying around for nearly 2 years now. Forged evidence and arranging testimonies, you mean? He was unbeatable because he did whatever it took to win. Unbeatable, that is, until he met you. But rumours are just rumours, aren't they? These are prosecutors we're talking about. Evidence is everything to them. If you follow the rumours about Edgeworth to their source, you find one person. But they're off limits. Untouchable, you might say. One person? Who? Hate to say this, but it's your sister, Bambina. Chief Prospector Lana Skye. What? My sister? Edgeworth couldn't rustle all those cattle by himself. Some people load their guns with bullets, some people load them with deals. What, you're saying Edgeworth was making deals to win trials? Where there's gunshots, there's bound to be bullets. That's what the old-timers say. There's a big old secret hidden around here somewhere. Everyone knows it. Is that why Detective Gumshoe was taken off the case? Did they target him because he was closest to Edgeworth? So, well, how are we doing, Mr. Wright? I guess we've got some clues. We have an autopsy report, a note from the victim, and a cell phone. So, you think we'll be okay? Well, the only thing still bothering me is that Lena is confessing to the crime. She says she did it. No problem. I can guarantee that she's not the criminal. Oh, by the way, Emma? Yes? I know that song your phone plays when it rings. What? Or was it Emma's phone that was ringing? I thought it was Phoenix's. It's the Steel Samurai theme song, isn't it? That popular TV show for kids. The phone that rang earlier wasn't mine. It was yours. At 5:18, just after the murder took place. Your sister called you, didn't she, Emma? I'm sorry. Can you tell me what you talked about? She hung up right away. I see. Cell phone updated in the court record. The detective was murdered and the suspect is the top prosecutor in the district. I've got a bad feeling about this. Like, maybe I still don't know everything that went on here. I'm fairly sure we still don't know everything that went on here. To be continued. So this is the save point. Save your progress up to this point. I think I will actually... I know this is a much shorter episode than it has usually been recently, but I think we will finish there so that we can start with the trial fresh next week. Then we'll probably have 2 or 3 more episodes after this. But yeah, we've done all the evidence gathering that we can. So thank you for watching, everyone. I really appreciate it. I hope you continue to enjoy this series. I've been having a lot of fun playing it. It's been... some of the humour in this game is just... It's the certain sort of humour that you enjoy, but it makes you groan at the same time, you know? It's like, oh god, why? but it's still quite funny. I've been having a really good time with it, and it's been fun trying to figure out who's done things before it's actually revealed. Like in this case, I don't know. I think it's Ms. Star might have something to do with it. Equally, Mr. Marshall might have something to do with it as well. We don't know, but we can try and figure that out. I don't think it will have been Lana Skye. I don't know if the game would make us defend someone who is guilty, is the thing. But anyway, that's kind of metagaming at this point. But I will hopefully see you all next week for another episode. Really appreciate all the support on the series, and thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.